And if I could just ask Armin to do the poll of how many of you have already had an experience with essential oils.
Yes, Stacey, the poll is on and it's popped up so you guys can answer and we'll know. We can keep it on for a minute so everyone can answer it with their clicks and we'll have the results there. You can talk through the poll as well, Stacey. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, well, a little bit of background about me. I have been in Dubai for nearly 10 years now, a decade, which is, unfortunately, I don't speak Arabic. And thank you for sending the polls through. So we've got a lot of newbies to essential oils, so welcome. And I really kind of delved into the world of essential oils after going through something quite traumatic emotionally. And I always knew that aroma had quite an impact on our emotional states. Emotional aromatherapy, you've heard it, it's a bit of kind of like a buzzword, but I wasn't too sure. So I kind of went on this natural path of investigation and, researching about how I was able to support myself emotionally. That led me to discover doTERRA essential oils. doTERRA essential oils are the best in the world, and this is what we will be talking about today. So emotional aromatherapy was number one reason for me going the essential oil route. Secondly, I unfortunately over the past 18 months or so, I've had thyroid cancer twice. So I was kind of wanting to make over my medicine cabinet. I was sick of taking synthetic chemical tablets to try and get rid of a headache and day-to-day things like that. I really wanted to cut out the toxins and kind of clean up my medicine cabinet. So that was the second reason for me turning to essential oils. And the third reason, which is what I am presenting on today, is for my immune support. So obviously having 2 surgeries related to cancer as well as radio twice, my immune system is a little bit down. Therefore, I'm quite susceptible to pick things up. The COVID situation currently obviously isn't great for me, but I feel very confident knowing that I do have essential oils kind of by my side as my first line of defense. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And for those of you who are fasting, sincere apologies. I will be taking some water as the radio damaged my saliva glands here, and I've got like a lot of swelling. So I have to drink a lot of water, which is probably a good thing. So where do we start? I want to first tell you one cool thing about essential oils. First of all, they are 100% natural and safe for adults, kids, babies, the elderly. What are essential oils? Essential oils are the aromatic compounds of plants. An essential oil in a plant can be found in the leaves, in the flowers, in the roots, in the stem, in the bark or the resin of the tree. And what essential oils do in plants is it's the immune system or the defense system of plants. So if they feel any kind of like attack, whether it's, bacterial or by insects or predators of the plants, they use these essential oils to help keep the plant safe. So when we are using essential oils, we are basically taking the immune system of a plant and using it to support our own body's health and well-being overall. So essential oils are basically, they're supercharged. They are incredibly potent, which means that you only need a couple of drops per application. I wish that you were able to smell the essential oil through the screen because obviously with essential oils, it's very experiential in nature. This is a peppermint oil. It's one of the most versatile, kind of like your introduction into essential oils is peppermint. Now, 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So as you can imagine, it's yeah, it's just incredibly potent, and it is 70 times more powerful than like its herbal counterparts. Hence the fact that it is similar to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So doTERRA essential oils are completely, there's nothing added, nothing taken away. It is just taking that immune system of the plants and putting it in for us to support ourselves. So that's the first cool thing about essential oils. They're 100% natural and 100% safe. I'm sure, you know, given this current situation, a lot of people are turning more towards um, natural solutions. Australia, where I'm from, is all about that organic, plant-based kind of movement. And I think it's really gaining traction here in the UAE as well. So I'm going to make a bold statement. But essential oils are more effective than many modern approaches to health issues. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but let me tell you how and why. I'm going to take it back to Biology 101 a little bit here, so bear with me. We are an organism. We are made up of cells. Cells are who we are, basically, just a collection of cells, which then form tissues, which then form organs, which then form us. A lot of medicine that we get is water-based. Now, when you go to a doctor and you have a bacterial infection, they will normally give you antibiotics and something to help with the symptoms. However, when you go to the doctors and you have a viral infection, there's not much they can do. So they probably just give you some Panadol or something to manage the symptoms, and they say, please go home, rest, you know, drink lots of fluids, and let your body basically recover from it. Now, a cell is protected by an oily membrane. So just think of this as the cell. It's protected by an oily membrane. Now, water and oil do not mix. And that is a very, very important point. So bacteria hang out outside of the cell in the plasma, which is predominantly water. This is able to be counteracted by antibiotics because water and water, they're both water-based, but is unable to penetrate the cell wall because it is not oil. Viruses like to hang out inside of the cell. So a lot of our chemical synthetic medication, which is water-based, is not able to get to a virus, which is why it is unable to work on viruses. Hence why essential oils is an oil product, and oil do penetrate. So essential oils are really able to help us and support us on a cellular level, which is really, really crucial as to why they are so effective. So that's the second cool thing about essential oils. The third cool thing is the fact that they are cheaper than our traditional medical care. I mean, we're very, very fortunate here in the UAE to have fantastic health facilities, and I am the #1 person to say that they are great. Like, I wasn't obviously going to get through my cancer journey without the support of modern Western medicine. However, even with our insurance, you're still paying about 30 dirhams for a consultation. Then you've got the medication that your doctor prescribes you, and then potentially follow-ups and blood tests. And you're looking potentially at about 100 dirhams, kind of on basic, just to go visit your normal doctor. Now, say I had an earache, I would use 3 drops of lavender and 3 drops of tea tree in and around my ear, just massage it in. And that has literally cost me a couple of dirhams. So when people think of, oh, essential oils are a little bit expensive, because of their potency, you do not need to use a lot. Therefore, they're actually quite economical. Here we have, this is a 15 ml bottle. Within this, you have 260 drops. So if you're only using a couple of drops per application, you can imagine how long they last. When it comes to a 5 ml bottle, which is this, you have about 60 drops. Again, they really do have longevity to them. So they are cheaper than traditional medicinal care, which is fantastic. One second. Now, that's kind of a bit of a background about essential oils, and I want to teach you and show you kind of how to use essential oils. But before I do that, I'd like to go in a little bit about the kind of grades of essential oils. The essential oil industry globally is unregulated. There is no governing body to say it has to be of this standard in order to be sold or to be used. As such, you get quite a discrepancy of grades of essential oils. You can start off when it comes to fragrance with the synthetic fragrances. This is what you'd find in a eucalyptus floor cleaner, a lemon toilet little tablets, things like that. Very, very hormone disrupting. And unfortunately, our Bath and Body Works candles do count in that. Very hormone disrupting and quite toxic, actually, for us to be breathing in. And if you think about it, if you're using synthetic chemicals on your floor and you have your kids playing around or, babies crawling, they are going to be getting the chemical residue on their skin. So overall, not great synthetic fragrance. You then have what is food grade fragrance. This is what you'd find in orange flavored chocolate milk, or what's another example? Basil in a tomato sauce. So food grade, so it's safe for consumption, but really don't have any kind of therapeutic or medicinal properties. The next one is therapeutic essential oils. These are of a good quality. It's what you probably find in a 5-star spa here in the UAE. They are good, certainly to help and to put on the skin. And then what doTERRA has done, being a company for 12 years now, they've really established the standard of essential oils within the industry. So they've taken it a step further with their certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. This is the highest grade that you can get, and they are medicinal grade. So they are made to help us support our well-being, which is fantastic. Now, transparency is really key in the essential oil industry. And I know if you go online, you kind of just get bombarded with information and you're not really sure where to go or, what to look for. And, I've done the searches myself. So when it comes to transparency of the products that you're using, you really want to know that you have something of good quality, because you're putting it in you're smelling it, you're putting it on your skin, and you're also taking it internally. So what doTERRA does is at the bottom of each bottle, they have their expiry date and a unique code. You can type in this code on a website called source2you.com, and it will pull up the exact testing of this particular batch of oil, and you're able to see doTERRA's internal testing, but also the third-party testing that they have as well, just to ensure that transparency. So you can feel safe in the knowledge. One second, I'm just going to look at the question boxes. Perfect. I will get on to the kind of top 10 oils to have in your natural medicine cabinet, just after I've explained how to use them first. And then I will deep dive into peppermint, lemon, the key ones. So, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Sorry. When it comes to, yes, the sourcing and the grade of essential oil. In the world, you can go and pick up an essential oil that says it's pure essential oil, and it could literally only be 10%. So you are not going to get the therapeutic or medicinal benefits of that oil. Now, when I talk to you about the 3 methods to use these essential oils, I'm specifically talking about doTERRA. please do not go down to the pharmacy and purchase an oil and then put it in your water. Because I don't know, I can't kind of vouch for that that purity. So when we talk internal and the other two applications of use, I'm really referring to doTERRA. Please do keep putting your questions if they come up and pop up, and at the end I will go through them and answer anything that you may have. So the first and easiest way to use essential oils is aromatically. Now, wherever you are, I would like you to just put your hand on the bridge of your nose and then at the base of your skull. What you are kind of drawing an invisible line here, that is your olfactory nerve. So obviously the seed of your sense of smell. This nerve directly hits the limbic system within your brain. Now, the limbic system is where memory is stored, which is why scent triggers memory. You may, you smell some baking and it reminds you of your, mum's baking when you were younger. Or for me, like I love the smell of a wood fire because it reminds me of home. That is because of that direct link to the limbic system. Now, our sense of smell is the only sense that has a direct link to the brain. All other sense, so hearing, taste, sight, sound, have to bypass another part of the brain before it is registered. So it is the quickest way to get a message to your brain. Now, if you've been unfortunate enough to have to undergo surgery, what do they do when they give you anesthesia? They normally put basically a gas mask on you and say, count down from 20, you get to about 18 and you're out. They have just diffused medication to you because it is the quickest way to get a message to your brain. So it's very, very interesting to kind of know about the sense of smell. So when it comes to emotional health, all you need to do is pick up the bottle and just have a whiff. And within a couple of seconds, your brain is already registering that response. So how can you use essential oils aromatically? The simplest way, legitimately, a couple of drops in your hand and you make your own little ghetto diffuser. You breathe in a couple of times and you have just aromatically experienced essential oils. What I like to do is once I've done a couple of deep breaths in, I then put the excess on my chest and on the back of my neck. Of course, you can see over here, I have an electric diffuser going, and that disperses the particles into the air. Now, as much as the kind of like traditional essential oil burners with the candle down the bottom, as much as they look pretty, they actually, the heat of the candle changes the chemical makeup and profile of the essential oil. So it actually completely alters its medicinal and therapeutic properties. So when you're diffusing essential oils, the best way to do it, of course, is with a diffuser, and then obviously just having that sensorial experience. Doing it in a diffuser this way, it also helps to purify the air. So it's important to know that when you're making your essential oil diffuser blend, you think about kind of what you want. At the moment, for example, I have a calming and uplifting blend. However, if I wanted to purify the air, or I would use a completely different oil. The second way to use essential oils is topically. Now, in the essential oil kind of world, how we remember where to put essential oils is using the acronym FEW. F stands for the bottom of the feet. So the bottom of the feet, there's a lot of reflexology points. So I like to roll up and down my foot and also my big toe, because that's your brain reflexology points, when I go to bed. E stands for ears. So not in your ears, but around your ears and, down here. This is because this is also where your lymphatic system is. And your lymphatic system is like the cleansing system of the body. So when you're putting it here, it can absorb into the skin and straight into your bloodstream and in your lymphatic system to help push it around the body. And W stands for wrists, a very, very popular spot to put it. Your skin's a little bit more delicate on the wrist, and it's also nice to have the aromatic experience of essential oils. Another couple of popular spots for me personally is the temples, not just if you have a headache, but just in general. So I like to put it on my temples. The back of the neck as well. I also do it on the chest. And actually at the base of the skull. The reason being is because you have hair follicles there, and hair follicles obviously have a lot larger pores, so that it is like one of the most absorbing parts of the body. So within the hairline is a good place if you want to get it into the blood system quickly. When it comes to topical application, less, or actually in any application, less is always more with essential oils. Start off with 1 drop and then build it up as you go. Now, there's a misconception that if you use essential oils with like a cream or a carrier oil, that it will dilute it and it won't be as effective. In fact, the opposite is true. Because they're aromatic compounds, they are volatile, which means they evaporate quickly. So the best way to use your oils is with what we call a carrier oil. Now, the most popular carrier oil is fractionated coconut oil. It is thin, it is completely scent-free, so your essential oils can really shine in the carrier oil, and it absorbs really quickly. However, you can use whatever oil you want: avocado oil, jojoba, argan oil. You can also use an unscented lotion on your skin. And what it does is it helps the essential oil absorb into the skin for longer and quicker, which is really good. Now, there are a few essential oils that should not be placed directly on the skin in any circumstance. These are called hot oils. So oregano is a hot oil, clove is a hot oil. So if you were to put them on your skin, they will actually burn. Now, everyone's experience with essential oils will be different. How I react to peppermint would be very different to you. So our body's very intuitive. It kind of knows what it wants and what it needs. So that is why you use the 1 drop method to build it up until you're at a comfortable level. Now, should you get an essential oil in, you haven't diluted it enough within your carrier oil, and it's giving you a bit of a skin sensitivity, or maybe it's irritating your skin. The best way to help alleviate that irritation is by applying more carrier oil, because it spreads it out. Now, the worst thing to do is to put it under water. As I said earlier, water and oil don't mix. So when you place it underwater, you're actually enhancing and heightening the effects of the essential oil. So it will make it worse. So for example, if God forbid, you've accidentally poked yourself in the eye with peppermint oil, not a fun experience. I wouldn't recommend it. You do not wash it. That's the worst thing that you can do. You obviously can apply an oil to help alleviate the pain there. So that is pretty much all when it comes to topical application. I did, however, forget one thing. Minus the pulse points and the acronym FEW, of course, you can do targeted topical application. For example, maybe you worked your biceps too hard at the gym and you're getting really sore muscles. So of course you can apply directly to the area, muscle, tendons, anything like that you're having issues with. The third method of essential oils is internally. As I said before, I'm only referring to doTERRA essential oils when I am discussing the internal use, which is why the certified pure therapeutic grade is so important, because as well of their potency. Now, there's multiple ways that you can actually use essential oils internally. One of my favorite is actually in cooking. So a standard brownie mix with a couple of drops of peppermint, you have peppermint brownies. I've made the best guacamole of my life with lemon and lime essential oil. It can literally be added. They can be added to anything and everything. When I make banana muffins, I put a little bit of lemon in there. So that is how you can use essential oils internally. Another way is actually, I always have essential oils in my water. So ones I always probably use citrus because they're very flavorful. And for example, lemon is one that I normally use, and it's very detoxifying. But because, as I said, water and oil don't mix, you do have to kind of mix it up or shake your drink bottle before you take it. Now, other people like to put just a drop on their tongue. So, for example, to freshen your breath, you can put a drop of peppermint in your mouth. For overall health and well-being, some people put a drop of frankincense under the tongue. And when it comes to using things such as the digestive blends, for example, I don't like the taste of the digestive blend. The digestive blend is called Digest Zen, and I really do not enjoy the taste. I'm not about to diffuse it, and I really don't want to drink it in water. So how you can take that is in a veggie cap. This is just like a little capsule. You can put the drops in, put the cap on, and take it. So this is actually how I make a lot of my kind of like immune boosting blends. If I'm starting to feel a little bit under the weather, I will get a blend of essential oils and put it in here and take it internally. So that is a really, really good way to take essential oils internally. It also helps obviously on that cellular level as well, kind of supporting from the inside out. So yeah, they are the 3 ways that we can use essential oils. And as you can see, it's quite a range, which is really, really good. Now, I just kind of want to circle back to the sourcing of essential oils and the fact that not all essential oils are created equal. I'll give you an example of this. You and I can definitely grow a lavender plant here in the UAE. You might struggle, you might be a bit dry, but we can grow a lavender plant. However, plants are adaptable. So the chemical makeup of a lavender plant here is going to be very, very different from where a lavender plant grows native or flourishes, like in the fields of Bulgaria and in France. So when it comes to sourcing, it's really about where are the oils coming from. So doTERRA makes it their mission to source essential oils from where the plant is native. So things such as the soil, the weather, the harvesting, some essential oils such as rose and jasmine, the flowers have to be picked in the morning. So it's a very delicate process. For example, tea tree is sourced from Australia. Manuka is sourced from New Zealand. Siberian fir is from Siberia, Russia. So doTERRA sources from over 40 countries globally. And the majority of their partnerships with the farmers is exclusive. So when people make claims, we use the same farmers as doTERRA, it's not in majority of cases going to be true, simply for the fact that doTERRA will only ever produce an essential oil if it has a sustainable source and it is impacting the lives of the people that are harvesting in a really positive way. So a lot of where the plants are native are in third world countries. So what doTERRA does is they go in, they create these exclusive partnerships with farmers, they build hospitals, water wells, all sorts of bits and pieces. So it's really comforting to know that when you buy a bottle of doTERRA essential oil, you're helping people on both sides of the bottle, yourself and your family and anyone else who you share essential oils with. And of course, the people that have harvested more often than not for decades, and it's kind of like a family tradition. doTERRA has amazing sourcing stories on their YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, definitely go and check it out. So that's kind of like the basics of essential oils. And now I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of the top 10, what they are used for, how you can use them, and why you should have them in your medicine cabinet. This is where and I will talk about peppermint, which is actually my first essential oil. So as I was saying, peppermint is one of the ones that are part of kind of like your introduction to essential oils. Because essential oils have hundreds of different chemical compounds, they're able to address a variety of different things which are not necessarily linked. Peppermint is amazing for respiratory support. It's very refreshing. It clears the airways. It is also great for cooling the body down. So what I like to do is a gym session and I'm getting a bit, hot. I'll put some essential peppermint on my hand and put it on the back of my neck, and it warms up the skin in order to cool your body temperature. So peppermint is very, very cooling. Peppermint is also fantastic for any kind of digestive issues that you're having. So whether it be heartburn, your stomach's not feeling great, peppermint is fantastic to help alleviate some of those issues. Of course, it is very refreshing and uplifting to the senses. One of my little rituals that I do on a daily basis is 1 drop of peppermint and 1 drop of wild orange when I first get up, and the combination, it's very enlivening. So peppermint is fantastic for that as well. So just all round very, very versatile. It is also great for tension. So if you have any kind of tension, head tension, peppermint is really, really good for that as well. So definitely one to have kind of in your kit, if you will. Obviously, I would probably say one of the most popular essential oils out there is lavender, humble little lavender. This essential oil is obviously known for its calming and sedative properties. It is great if you're in a high stress environment and you just kind of need to calm down a little bit. Of course, for sleep, it is fantastic to diffuse, to roll on topically. But what some people don't know about lavender is it's actually amazing for the skin. If you have a paper cut, a cat scratch, a mosquito bite, lavender is incredibly soothing. Shaving rash as well, lavender is the go-to for that. It's also great to put in a lot of DIY cleaners. First of all, because of the nice scents that you're getting out of it, but it's also antibacterial. So lavender is a lot more than just the calming that it is known for. The next one, kind of like this makes up the introductory trio, is lemon. This is, again, so versatile. Citruses in general are very, very uplifting to the mind. Lemon is detoxing and purifying. So you probably would have heard, the wellness people out there enjoy, first thing that they do when they wake up is have a glass of warm water and some sliced lemon. So that is to help kickstart your metabolism, but also for that detoxing factor. And lemon features in any kind of DIY cleaner that you want, whether it's a sink scrub, a general surface spray. It is a beautiful degreaser. Any kind of sticky residue, you can literally just put oil on there and kind of rub it off. Lemon is your key feature there. So combined, lemon, lavender, and peppermint are also really good for seasonal threats. So if you happen to suffer from allergies, combining those in a roller and then putting it on your sinuses is helpful, as well as taking it internally. So those are the kind of like introductory 3 for essential oils. The respiratory system. So as I was saying, how impactful the sense of smell is, the respiratory system is basically how the outside world gets into our bodies. So making sure that the respiratory system and our nose canals and everything are nice and clean is really important. That is where the respiratory blend Breathe comes in. This is a blend. It's got eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, and ravensara. If you happen to have a head cold and flu, rubbing it on here, also putting it in a balm or even in just a roller and placing it on your chest. Doing a steam inhalation with this is fantastic. And actually what I've been doing during this period, if I only in the past couple of weeks, when we're allowed to go outside for a walk, I of course wear a mask, but when I come back, I place a couple of drops of Breathe, eucalyptus and tea tree, and then do a little bit of a steam with those essential oils to help clear out my respiratory system. So very, very effective in that. And I think, having a clean home and also obviously a clean respiratory system is crucial to help boost our immune system. So Breathe the Respiratory Blend is a fantastic one. Also, if, some people at night, they suffer from congestion, diffusing this in a diffuser overnight obviously just allows you to get the benefits while you're sleeping. The next essential oil blend I'm going to talk about is called Deep Blue. This is the 5 ml one here. This is the soothing blend. This is for any kind of aches and pains that you may have. It has wintergreen, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue chamomile, and you can also get this in a rub. I tend to use the rub more than I use the essential oil. And again, as I said, for any kind of aches and pains, whether it's chronic, whether it's gym muscle related, whether it's tendon related, this is to just help your body recover. Think of it as kind of like a natural version of deep heat. So Deep Blue is a great one to kind of have in your natural medicine cabinet for these times when you have inflammation of, the muscles or joints or anything like that. I mentioned a little bit about this before, but Digest Zen is the digestive blend of doTERRA. I think Digest Zen is probably one of the oils that makes people believe in oils, if you will. If you've been unfortunate enough to have any digestive issues, it's very, very painful, whether it's, indigestion, acid reflux, stomach problems. It's not nice at all. So Digest Zen, I use this and I bring the roller version with me. This is already pre-diluted. If I happen to have an episode of acid reflux or any digestive issues, I literally just roll it on my stomach, and it helps to alleviate all of those annoyances with the digestive system. Now, I'm gonna just go a bit quickly because I know that we actually have to wrap up shortly. I've got 4 more oils to have kind of in your arsenal of essential oils. Believe it or not, oregano. Now, no one's about to diffuse oregano. No one is probably going to roll oregano on their skin because you're going to smell like a pizza. But why it is in kind of like the top 10 and one that I highly recommend for immune support is it is the most antibacterial, antiviral essential oil there is. This and also tea tree, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. So oregano is in my natural hand sanitizer that I make. It is in the surface spray with lemon. I use this purely for that antibacterial, antiviral properties that oregano brings. It is a hot oil, so do not place it directly on the skin or in the tongue. I was talking about the capsule that I made earlier. Whenever I have kind of any I'm just feeling a bit down and a bit fluey or a bit coldy, oregano is always in that capsule blend, taking it internally. So that's oregano. The next one, quite well known really, tea tree. Tea tree is very antiviral and antifungal, and it's for airborne antimicrobial. So putting it in a diffuser as well as with lemon and oregano in your natural cleaners, you're kind of getting a double whammy of antibacterial and antifungal supports. Tea tree is also very well known for if you have any spots and you need to clear it up. It is good for skin. So if you happen to have, combination skin, it's great to kind of just put in your face wash or in your moisturizer. So tea tree is a great one to have. Next, the king of oils, one second, is frankincense. Frankincense has been around since the biblical times. It is a beautiful oil. It is made from resin. Frankincense is from Oman and Sudan. It is the king of oils, and the reason being is for its cellular renewal and cellular support. So the fact that we're made up of cells, cellular renewal is incredibly important, and frankincense is just one of those oils that can really support your internal system. It is amazing for any kind of head tension you have. It's relaxing, so you can do frankincense and lavender in the diffuser to get that good night's sleep. For example, I'm a migraine sufferer, so what I tend to do is I just tip the bottle upside down, have some on my thumb, and put it up to the roof of my mouth just to help with that head tension. I don't necessarily like the taste of frankincense. However, that is why I use a capsule. So frankincense and oregano are always in that blend to help me feel a bit better. So frankincense, the king of oils. Now I think doTERRA's most popular oil of this year thus far is On Guard. On Guard is their protective blend. It is their immune boosting blend support. It has orange peel, it has cinnamon bark, it has clove. It can also be taken internally. So On Guard is pretty much in anything purifying that I want to do. It's in my natural hand sanitizer that I have. doTERRA doesn't just have the oil, they also have On Guard in cleaning concentrates and toothpaste and all of that. But now more than anything, On Guard to help boost your immunity is really, really great. You can roll it up and down on the spine of yourself, obviously if you have someone to help you, and your kids, rolling up and down the spine in the morning and at night for that general immune support, as well as on the bottom of the feet at night. On Guard is just one of those amazing oils, and it is probably like the number one when it comes to a natural medicine cabinet, is this bad boy right here. So in a nutshell, they are the top 10 essential oils that if you're going to make over your medicine cabinet with more natural solutions, these are the ones that I would recommend. Now, in order to get doTERRA here, it's online and it goes via the US. And I know being in the UAE, we're used to getting things now, which is why I partnered with not only ItsHerWay and ItsHerSkill, but also ItsHerStore. So if you go online, I have a couple of blends that I've made. So No Sick Days has the On Guard blend in it, and tea tree and lemon. So I have quite the variety of rollers should you wish to get them in your hands right away, because I know it's quite important. I'm just going to the chat box now. So benefits of peppermint oil. I think I covered that. If you have any more questions, please let me know. What oils are good for joint pain? This is deep blue. Now, if you were to break it down, things such as wintergreen, peppermint, ylang ylang, those kind of essential oils are amazing for joints. I do have an option on ItsHerStore to make up any kind of roller for anything that you need. I mean, this one's just a cramps and mood one, but I can make you something specific for joints, joint pain and muscle pain to help you out. Could you please explain the difference between a wholesale and a single purchase? Alita, thank you so much. So you've obviously kind of looked into doTERRA, which is fantastic. There are 3 ways that you can purchase doTERRA. As a retail customer, you can just go online and purchase. However, friends don't let friends purchase retail. A wholesale customer is basically you are able to get 25% off the retail price. So if you were to purchase an enrollment kit with doTERRA, the wholesale membership is free. Otherwise, if you just wanted to get benefits of the 25% reduction on retail price, you can just add the membership, which is 120 dirhams for the year. There is absolutely no commitment there. You do not have to do anything every single month. It is completely yours to use as you wish. You just get the benefits of getting that 25% off the retail price. And also, if you see yourself ordering regularly, you're able to get some perks of the loyalty program. And that is the third and best way to buy doTERRA is via the loyalty rewards program. So at the moment, I get 30% of all of my purchases back in product points. So basically doTERRA money. It's very, very generous. And I also get a free oil every single month. So that's 12 free oils in the year. Elisa, if you wanted some more details and some assistance, please let me know. I think I'll put in here, we can put maybe my number, Armin, my number or my email. Is that possible?
Yes, I'll do that now. I'll put your email as well as your store link. There are a few questions as well, if I may. There's a question from Rifa, if you can cover that. And Harley has also asked a few questions.
Yeah. So for me, smells and odors trigger migraine attacks. Well, first of all, I can very, very much relate to you there. I've had migraines since I was 8 years old. Chronic ones, and they are incredibly painful. Now, I did say that every single person has a different experience with essential oils. So something that works for me might not necessarily work for you. 1 week, as I said, our bodies are intuitive. We need different things at different times. So 1 week, eucalyptus smells amazing to me. The next week, I don't care too much about it. Is there a way to avoid chance doTERRA essentials will not trigger headaches since they're completely natural? Now, I'm not sure, Rifa, what essential oils you've been using before, but there is potential that these scents that may be adulterated or synthetic are triggering that migraine. I use essential oils to help with my migraines. So I use peppermint, I use frankincense. doTERRA has a blend called Past Tense, which is just like it's a lifeline for the migraine sufferers. So it would be about just seeing how your body reacts to certain oils. So peppermint and eucalyptus, they are fantastic. I totally agree with you there. Your second question is, when I get these migraine attacks, what is the best doTERRA essential oil blend to use? So as I just said, peppermint and frankincense. I also put lavender in there for the calming, soothing properties. And the doTERRA's blend called Past Tense is a tension reliever. And I roll that here. I roll it all across my forehead, even if the migraine, of course, is only on one side, all across my forehead, at the base of my skull, at the back of my neck. And I just kind of like marinate in the oils. Essential oil usage is better to use it more frequently. You can't just put it on in the morning and think by like 4 p.m. it's still going to have the same effects. I use an essential oil pretty much every hour. They also vary all the time as well, depending on what I'm feeling, what my body's needing. Because they're all natural and we're just using basically plant products, there's no harm in, drinking water with lemon essential oil and then rolling peppermint on your temples, because they're very, very different essential oils. So I hope that answers your question. Again, I'm more than able to create a head tension blend roller for you. And then I can also give you a couple of samples. You can go onto itsherstore.com, and under the personal care, you'll find the roller blends that I have, whether it's, uplifting mood blend or an evening blend or stress less. And then I can also make bespoke rollers too, just to kind of get those into your hands straight away. So have I missed anything, Armin?
No, I think there's just one more question on what your favorite essential oil is.
That's a great question. And I actually kind of have them here because if I had a little bit more time, I would have gone into my can't live withouts. If I was to take one, if I was stuck on an island and I could only have one doTERRA product, believe it or not, it actually wouldn't be an essential oil. It would be their natural vitamins and supplements. Supplementation is kind of like the base of overall health and well-being, and their supplement program is fantastic. When it comes to essential oils, my 4 can't live without Serenity. Serenity, as the name suggests, it's a restful blend. It has florals and tree oils. Florals and tree oils are very, very grounding. If you think tree, you think roots, and they kind of like calm things down. Well, as florals are very relaxing. Now, when it comes to sleep time routine, us women tend to gravitate towards the florals, and males tend to gravitate towards the tree oils. However, Serenity has the best of both worlds. I use it every single day without a doubt. It has, there's so many different blends and oils that I use, so I have to read the label. It has lavender, cedarwood, ylang ylang, Roman chamomile, marjoram, vetiver, vanilla, and Hawaiian sandalwood. Like, this is a winner. The next one would be Balance. This is a grounding blend. So anytime during the day where I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm feeling a bit kind of out of sorts and I need to kind of get back into it, Balance is the one that I use. I often diffuse Serenity and Balance together because Serenity is restful, calming, and this is grounding. So they do make a great combo. And so they're kind of like my ride or die. The third can't live without is called Adaptive. Now, this is doTERRA's calming blend. Basically, should you get anxiety, should you get stress, road rage, whatever it may be, Adaptive is where it's at. I've got it, as I was mentioning before, I have it in my diffuser now. It's such a beautiful, beautiful oil. Like, it smells so good, you could eat it. You can't take this one internally though. It has wild orange, lavender, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and copaiba. So Adaptive, again, is one of my ride or dies. And then for something a little bit uplifting, I would say Sunshine in a Bottle, I have Elevation, which is the joyful blend. So this has a lot of citrus in it. It has tangerine, lavender, clary sage, Hawaiian sandalwood, lemon, melissa, and it's, again, just it's a beautiful oil. These 4 oils that I've just gone through, you cannot take these internally. That's one important thing that I didn't touch on before, how to know if an oil can be taken internally. Here we have the Breathe label, the respiratory blend. And if I was just to roll it, you can see there, you've got the ingredients, and then you've just got the details of doTERRA and then how to use it. If you can take one internally, this is lavender. It has the supplemental fats on it. So there are no calories in essential oils. You're just getting the medicinal properties of it. But if it has the supplement fats, you are able to take this internally. So yeah. Oh, Elisa, thank you so much. Can I recommend one for the cold, given the cold and flu season? So obviously, as I was saying, Breathe, like right in there. Great for it's the respiratory blend. So Breathe is fantastic. Other oils, eucalyptus, as I was saying, like lemon, lavender, and peppermint are good if you suffer from allergies. You know, like the sand and the dust in the UAE can kind of get a bit much. The 10 ml rollers last a really, really long time. Believe it or not, I would say on average, I have mine for about 3 months, if not longer. And obviously it depends on how much you're using. Rollers that I use every single day, 2 months. Rollers that I use less, 3 to even 6 months, depending on your usage. So they are definitely a great way to use essential oils. Well, I do believe that my time is up. However, I just would like to say thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in getting essential oils into your home, please drop me a link. And for any blends that you may want or need, please, you can visit ItsHer store. As I said, I've got some kind of homemade blends and products that I have. Thank you. I do believe Yes, a link has just been sent through, and I am here for all your essential oil questions, educating and showing people how amazing these oils are is my passion. So yeah, any other questions, feel free. You can follow me on Instagram, Essentials by Stacey. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. I hope you've enjoyed today and maybe speak to you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Stacey.
My pleasure.
All right, we're going to go off now. Thank you.